Good evening and welcome to Women Behind the Wheel, a special Women's Month panel discussion live from the CapeTalk studio. My name is Moshokoa and I've got three fantastic women in the motoring world joining me tonight to talk shop, share their journeys, and because we love a good myth bust, set the record straight on some of the biggest motoring myths out there. Joining me in studio this evening, Janine van der Post, motoring editor at Wheels 24, Lalitha Mbombo, a Hyundai mechanic, and Logan Maart, a spinner. Ladies, a very good welcome, or a very good evening and welcome. How does that sound?
Hey Jacob, how are you doing?
I'm good. Logan, are you good?
I'm all good.
There we go, all good. So we got about an hour or less than an hour to talk all the facts. So let's dive straight into it. And we're starting with you, Janine. Since you got to head off in the next few minutes, I'll start with you. So Janine, we need to talk about your journey as an editor at Wheels 24.
I have to correct you, it's News 24 Motoring now.
Okay.
We used to be Wheels 24 for
Many
more than
years.
20 years, yeah.
So it's News 24. That's the new name.
It's News 24 Motoring.
News 24
Yes,
Motoring.
yes.
So for anyone who doesn't know, what does that involve as an editor? What do you do?
So as an editor, first of all, I don't have a team at News 24. I depend on contributors and myself. So a day in the office could mean lots of meetings. It could mean subbing stories, maybe rewriting a bit, like just copy editing. And then also writing my own stories, motoring stories, doing research. And then just maybe doing a podcast for the Driving with Janine News Info Motoring podcast, and doing interviews. And then it could also be a day of driving cars, attending launches, test driving. So it just depends what's happening on the day.
And then maybe we should take it back a little and look at your journey. Was this always your calling, the motoring side of things? Did you always know that you were going to do this when you were in primary school and high school?
I didn't, because I didn't know until only my second year of tertiary education that you could be a motoring journalist, or that motoring was even a beat. And even journalism wasn't something I knew what I wanted to do, but I always knew I wanted to do something with cars.
Wow.
I was the chick standing with Dad in the garage looking under the bonnet, even though I didn't really know what was going on, when my mother was calling me, "Hey, come stand here in the kitchen, you must learn how to cook." So it was only when I studied journalism when I found out, hey, you can do motoring.
Okay.
And the first 2 years I started my internship at a place called World Online. It was one of the first internet places to work at. And there was a motoring section, but my colleague had gotten to do news and motoring. And I was like, guys, I want to do motoring. Pick me.
Wow.
And they're like, no, you have too many other sections like entertainment and technology and music and whatever else. And then when she had to go to her first car launch, she's like, that's it. You're doing motoring. And I haven't looked back since. Wow. And that's when Steve Smith, who was my editor at the time, he's like, okay, you really want to do this? Let's go for it.
And how long has it been now?
It's going to be 25 years.
Yo, Janine.
Yeah.
25 years in the game. And for as long as you've been in this game, and we're going to be honest, it's male dominated. There's still a lot of gents in the game.
Yeah.
Did you find it difficult in sort of like just reaffirming who you are?
It was difficult, I won't lie, but I also think back then it was a lot easier, and I don't know if it was my personality and that people really saw like, hey, she really wants to do this, but I definitely got that, what does this little brown girl know about cars kind of a thing. What could you possibly know? So, but I didn't let that deter me. And I just went in, and people saw my determination, my passion. And I think it was a lot easier to become a motoring journalist back then, because as much as the people were thinking, what do you know? The older folk were also, took me under their wing and said, this is the way. So, there were a lot of, a lot to learn from. And I just took it all in my stride.
Wow. No, you're an inspiration. Believe it or not, you are an inspiration. And I'm so happy to have you here. But now we're going to lighten things up a little.
Right.
I'm going to play a little game with you. You can just answer if it's a true or false.
Right.
A more expensive car is always a better car.
It's a difficult question to answer.
It's a game. You can choose.
Can I expand on these answers?
You have to be quick. You have to be quick with the expansion.
No. It's not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I like that. And then
No.
you should always buy a car brand new, never used, to avoid problems.
Oh, also no.
This is why we have you here.
I feel like I need to explain these answers.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to.
I have to justify myself.
This one you're going to have to justify yourself, okay? Car reviews are just advertorials. Journalists always say nice things because manufacturers pay for the trip.
Myth.
Why do you say that?
Well, maybe it doesn't apply to me, but I am old school. I'm traditional journalist, and I think I've always valued the fact, and our readers especially have valued the fact that I'm always honest. And no, it doesn't work like that. If something isn't working or it's not good, you're going to hear it from me.
Okay. One more or two more.
Okay.
Manual cars are always more fuel efficient than automatics.
That is not true either, because it depends on how you drive.
Okay, and the final one. Women just aren't as interested in cars as men.
Big myth, because else this room wouldn't be full of women, especially women who are into cars. So big myth.
I love that. Okay. Now, before I let you go, one other thing I have to ask you. For anyone who's listening to this right now, what should they know before they buy or service a car?
Right. Do your homework thoroughly. Don't trust the quotation that you get. Don't trust the first quotation you're going to get. And do your own research. Pick up the phone. Pick up the parts places. Call dealerships. And get your own quotes so that when someone does come to you with something, you can say, but actually, this is not what the price is. Or actually, this place offered me a cheaper quote. And make sure you know what your parts are and that you really need. And when they say, oh, but this is broken, this needs to be fixed, so that you can be one up on the mechanic or whoever's telling you that you need to spend an exorbitant amount of money, which might not be necessary.
Okay. And if you had R1 million right now to buy a car, what car are you taking home?
R1 million is too little.
Come on, Janine. You're thinking about it, and I don't want you to think
You
about
have
it.
to ask me in segments. But if I really, really wanted a car, it would be an imported AE86 Juno.
I knew it. I knew it. JDM, guys. Give it up to them. A woman with style and a woman with knowledge spanning over 25 years. Janine, keep flying the flag high. Thank you.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you for coming here. Thank you for inspiring us. And thank you for, fighting the fight. Because your fight is bigger than what you really think it is.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Her name is Janine. Thank you, guys. We even have a studio audience. Janine van der Post from News 24 Motoring.
Thank you, Jacob.
Joining us on Woman Behind the Wheel. Thank you so much to her. She does definitely bring a nice energy to the number of people that we have here talking to us today. But she also brings some amazing insight. I wish her the best of luck in her future endeavors.
Thanks, buddy.
There we go. Continuing with our discussion, women behind the wheel, we now chat to somebody who I think is quite amazing, a spinner by the name of Logan Maart. Logan, good evening to you and welcome.
Good evening.
Are you okay?
I'm all right, and you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's nice.
So tell me something, for people who don't know the sport of spinning, can you explain what spinning actually is?
Okay, so basically it's a meaning to you. So the meaning of spinning to me is, how do I explain this now? It says it in the name, from dust we spin.
Okay.
So the spinning, it is a, how do I put this now? In cars, but The wheels must just go fast.
The back wheels must just go fast.
Yes.
And then how did you get into spinning? Because you know the story.
Yeah.
People are always saying, spinning is for guys. It's cars, it's motorsport. It's always associated with men. You, as a young lady, how did that come about that you got involved in spinning?
Okay, so my father is a spinner. He's been a spinner for over 20 years. And that is also where I followed in his footsteps. So I've been in spinning since the age of 4 years old. So it's my whole entire life.
It literally is your life.
Yes, it is.
How old are you now?
I'm currently 21.
No. You've been spinning longer than what I know how to spin.
I'm spinning now, 6 years?
Wow, that is amazing. And then take me through the car. And I want to first talk about your spinning journey with a specific car, i.e. the Ford. How did you get into that? Was your dad always spinning Fords?
So my father was always spinning Fords. He was a Ford lover from young age, in his teenage years. So that is where I followed in that. And I also became, because that is the most cars that we had in our yard was just Ford.
I see.
So that's also where I decided. I tried a BMW, but the BMW wasn't it for me. It wasn't the convenience where it's benefiting me. So I decided I'm going to start on the Ford, and I went forward on the Ford, and that is where also I took the Ford instead of the other car. Okay.
So obviously the belief at home was Ford is Lord.
Yes. Yes. We literally have a sticker like that, like a banner in our yard.
That says Ford is Lord.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's quite interesting. Okay. Now let's talk a little about the movie now, From Dust We Spin. How did the movie side of things come to it? Was it somebody who was just like, I wanna tell your spinning story, and then did they approach you? How did that go about?
Okay, so my father has a friend which name is Mark.
Okay.
He's also a spinner, and then it came to where he discussed it with Julia on they must make a documentary of the spinning.
I see.
And they have spoken, and then he said there is Julia asked, is there any females involved and stuff, and he said yes there is. And then that's where my name got brought up, because I was an upcoming spinner that time. I was 3 years already into the games. I was still busy, and that is also where it came on. He brought my name up. They had a chat about it. I went for my first interview. They contacted me, and that is we decided from we're gonna use my story, because at the time they met me, I was in a dark shadow. So I didn't really speak. My father was doing all the speaking work, and that's we read it from the way we are now. Wow.
So your journey comes a long way. For you to be able to come and sit with me and chat in a studio, you were never going to do that a couple of years ago.
If you had to tell me 3 years ago, how to be in a documentary, I would be sitting on CapeTalk, I wouldn't believe it.
No ways. And you're so smooth with it as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you for coming and doing this. Did you think the movie was going to be such a big deal? Or was it for you just like, I'm just going to do it because my dad told me to do it?
Yes, basically like that.
Okay, let's play a quick game now. All right? And you're welcome to say you don't want to answer it, or you just say, Jacob, you're talking nonsense. Just shut up. Okay. My first question I'm asking, spinning is just reckless and negligent driving. There is no skill involved there. False. You believe it's false?
False.
Because it takes a lot of skill, right?
There's a lot of skill and there's a lot of precision.
There we go. And then spinning breaks your car. It breaks it so badly that the car's a write-off afterwards.
True.
But then, can I ask there, there's also an element of you knowing how to fix your car as well. You know your way around a car. If something is sounding off, what sounds wrong, you know how to quickly fix it as well.
I would know what to do because I was raised in the garage.
Literally.
Basically. So when I say the car will, it can break because I'm currently on my second spin car now. My first car, I went into the wall. Gone anyway, I had to cut it up.
You're not scared of injuries? You're not scared of hurting yourself when this happens?
Obviously not. I have so much marks on my body. You would swear my legs look like a guy's legs. But I must deal with it.
You must deal with it. I love that. And then what are your thoughts on when people say spinning is not a real sport? It's not real motorsport. What's your thoughts on that? True or false?
I'm going to say false.
Because it's a real sport, right?
It is a real sport. There was guys that came from, I think it was America, that ISO speed, that came to come film here because he also didn't believe that spinning is a sport.
Yeah.
And then he actually got in a car and he was like, and he saw it for himself and he was like, but it is a sport. But there is not just in South Africa. There is in other countries also, just these are classified as drifting and not spinning.
I see. Okay, and then women can't compete at the same level as men in spinning. What do you think about that?
Unfortunately, there is few females that can drive, some guys. So I'm going to say false because there is females and there's a handful of females that I can say that can drive like a guy can drive.
Properly drive.
Yes.
And then finally, any car can be turned into a spinning car.
False. No. No.
Do you want to elaborate? Do you want to tell me what cars are the genuine go-to spin cars for you?
Currently now it's running a E30. So E30, E36.
Yeah.
Ford Sapphire, Ford Sierra, Datsun.
Datsun? Which Datsun?
Yes. I'm not sure which Datsun, but Datsun.
So Ford, you're saying Sierra Sapphire?
Oh, Laurel. Datsun Laurel.
Oh, yes.
Datsun Stanza.
Oh, my goodness. I grew up in a Datsun Stanza, believe it or not. So Stanza, you can spin a Stanza?
Yes.
I didn't know that. This is why we have you here. You see how you're teaching us. And obviously you went for the journey of Ford because Ford was the car at home. When you see a BMW now, would you play around in a BMW?
So currently we builded me one before this, but that was just for my matric pool. So now we're busy building one again because we sold that one. So we're busy building one again for the looks of it because I like the look of it, of a BMW. It's very nice, and especially a E30.
Okay. Yeah.
So for me, the E30 has a look and you can spin it if you do the adjustments that you need to. For me, just the Ford is easier than the BMW. The BMW is a bit odd with the handling and the steering compared to the Ford. If I swing the steering wheel and then it just automatic, I can take my hands off and it will swing back to itself.
Aha. Okay. In closing, if there was a youngster, someone in her teens or somebody even younger than that listening to us right now talking about spinning, what would your advice be to them? And maybe they like this idea of maybe they could follow the spinning as a career. What would your advice be to them?
So my advice to them will be that anything is easy, anything is possible. Doesn't mean men can do it alone. Females can also do it. And especially in the month of Women's Month, that females is possible to do anything if they're really capable and they're really wanting to do it as a young female. That I do inspire a lot of young females, a lot of young children, and I'm telling and I say that get in a car, you will feel your whole life make a change.
Wow. And then, sorry, I know that was supposed to be the last question. From Dust We Spin. If anyone wants to watch that movie or the documentary, how do we go about watching that documentary?
So the trailer is currently showing on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can watch the trailer, and then they need to follow our socials, which is TikTok and Instagram, from Dust We Spin on TikTok and from Dust We Spin on Instagram. So there is more with the information. If you need any information or if you need to contact anything, you can go via the social media, Instagram and TikTok from Dust We Spin.
Logan Maart, a professional spinner and movie star at From Dust We Spin. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Guys, can we give her a round of applause? She was amazing. And in our final discussion on Women Behind the Wheel, on this Women's Month panel discussion, we chat to Lalitha Mbombo. She is a mechanic at Hyundai. Lalitha, good morning, or rather good evening.
Good evening, Jacob.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
I'm pleased to be here.
So you're a mechanic. Can you take us through the journey on how you got into becoming a motor mechanic? How did that happen?
From a very young age, after matric, I think I had issues with finding school and all that, with applying and all that. And then also the YES program, I guess you all know, the Youth Employment Program.
Okay.
I got in there, and it was specifically under Hyundai. And then I got there. When I got there, my work had nothing to do with being in the workshop and all that, right? But I grew to love it. I got interested when I saw how they're working in cars and all that. Then I had to go there and join them.
Oh,
but there was a process for me to go there. But I made sure I get there. I wanted to go there.
Okay, so tell me, what does just a normal day, a typical day look like for you?
It's every day is busy. Every day is different. On a normal day, we get to check in the cars in the morning. The customers, welcome the customers, check in the cars, do your services, do your diagnosis. What else you do? Yeah. And Hyundai is a big dealership, right?
Yes.
So they also sell cars on the other side. We get to check all the cars, prepare all the cars, ensure that the cars are on good quality before they get to sell them.
I see.
And yeah.
Okay, and then have you seen in this trade that you're in, where you are as a mechanic, are you seeing a lot of other women doing what you're doing?
No.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you. I also thought I was the first woman. I'm telling you.
So there where you work, you at the Hyundai in Belleville, right? How many other women work with you in the workshop?
In the workshop, it's 2 of us now.
There's only 2?
Only 2 of us.
And the rest is just guys?
Just guys.
And do you find that the guys, they frown upon you? They look at you thinking, this lady doesn't know how to change her oil filter?
No, not at all. They treat me like other guys. They just treat me like a normal human being. There's no differences and all that. But those guys, they keep me going.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so we're going to play a little game now. I'm going to ask you a couple of rapid fire questions.
I'm game.
And you must quickly answer if it's true or false.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Just true or false.
And then you can explain after if you want, if you feel like it. Okay, so you need to warm up your engine for a few minutes before driving, even in summer.
False.
Ha! Wow, okay. The next one. High octane fuel or high octane petrol is always better for your car, even if the manual doesn't tell you to do it.
Because of the always word, it's false. Not always.
I love this lady. I love you. You should service your car every 5,000 kilometers, no matter what the manufacturer says.
Very false.
What?
Yeah. Some vehicles require like 10,000 kilometers. Some 15,000. Not anything below 10,000 or 15,000. So 5,000 is false.
Okay. If the check engine light is on, but the car drives fine, is it okay if I ignore it?
No. False. False Pro Max. That's premium false.
False Pro Max.
You don't ignore the engine light.
Okay, so what do I do if the engine light goes off? What must I do?
Your car needs attention.
ASAP.
As soon as possible.
Okay, cool. And then aircon uses so much petrol, you should rather drive with the windows down.
Trolls.
Trolls.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Okay, let's give that false.
Okay, if you had to choose, you go with false.
I'll go
But there is an element of truth to what I've said. I've stated there. Hey?
Yes.
Acorn does use a lot of
It
petrol.
does.
Okay. So that's why it was a trolls and then false. Okay, so let's take it back a little now, Lalitha. We're done with the game.
Oh, okay. That was good.
My question is just simple. For anyone else who's out there who is hearing this conversation right now, they're a woman, they're possibly still in school, and they don't know what to do with their lives. How would you encourage them to get into what you are currently doing as a mechanic?
This is an easy game. One thing I like about being in this industry is the skill. There's nothing I value more than having a skill. You don't get to learn all about being in the just cars. You learn about the other stuff as well. Just get the good grades. Get the good grades.
Work hard in school and it'll pay off in the long run.
It'll pay off, always.
And then what does the future look like for you? 5 years from now, 8 years from now? What do you see yourself doing? Do you see yourself still working at Hyundai? Do you see yourself running your own workshop? What does the future look like for Lalitha?
Okay, brighter. Yeah, I do see myself working for Hyundai. Oh, this company grooms me. This company makes me a whole complete human being.
Wow.
So they make things easy for me, but they make me see where I'm going. It's leading me somewhere. A shout out to my mentors. Shout out to the dealership. They keep me going. So I see I'm somewhere else being a manager, dealer principal.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl.
I might as well own my own workshop.
Yes. There's definitely nothing wrong with that.
Definitely.
And don't you just enjoy being a woman in the space when there's a man who comes and thinks they know better?
Exactly.
Don't you just love those situations?
Yo, I live for those moments. I like it.
And you show them how to do things.
And it makes me feel bigger. I feel like a bigger person.
Oh,
like,
that's fantastic.
Look at you learning from me.
I love that. Yeah. Lalitha, I wish you the best of luck. Here's to owning that dealership, eh?
Exactly.
Here's to owning the workshop, and here's to taking over and inspiring many other youngsters out there. You're doing amazing work. Thank you so much, Lalitha.
Thank you so much.
Mbombo. There we go. Superstar extraordinaire. She joins us on Women Behind the Wheel, and she's of course a mechanic for Hyundai out in Belleville, doing big things. Here's to many more to come. Cheers.